Hey there. I had done a pour. It's all the messes on the table. It's all drying. But I was inspired to do a swipe. I just want to do a swipe. I'm just in the mood to do it. And I used some pretty colors just a few minutes ago, so I'm just going to kind of dabble. I'm using what's in my squirt bottles, which are all DecoArt colors. That's Dioxazine Purple. This is the Ultra Blue Deep, which is, it's the Ultra Blue Deep, or it could be True Blue. Where is my Ultra Blue? I don't know where I put it. But multicolors of blue. I'm going to swipe with a dark navy that I made. So I started with the blue, and I added a little black and a little purple, so it's like a really dark navy. And it might have some silicone in it, but that's what I'm going to swipe with. And all of my bottle paints have silicone in them too. But I got inspired by a certain color combination, so I kind of want to use it. And I'm going to use this Peacock Deep Phthalo Green colored teal green down at the bottom. I'm going to mix in some Festive Green. Some Sour Apple. I'm going to throw in some Purple Rain. Purple rain, purple rain. That's a Prince song, you know. I know y'all love it when I sing, right? LOL. I feel happy. Even when your world is not going the way you want it to, I just escape with my painting. You know, I have a son that is just really struggling all the time. He just can't seem to get it together. And I'm just not going to let it bring me down. So I paint, therefore I get my joy from this, my therapy. This is where I escape and commune with God. It's just me and him and the canvas and colors. And I've got my thing is stuck. So when you're in a sticky situation, you poke it on out. You get it out. That's what you do. This is like a deep magenta color. I love these bottles though with the really small nozzle at the top and the screw-on lids. They are so perfect to just be able to control what you want to come out. They're so much better to come out of than cups. So even if you don't want to do swipes, you know, the way I do them, these bottles are so wonderful because then you can take its lid and screw it back on, and it's good for months and months. Now, this is Carousel Pink. I just want it real colorful and springy feeling. I might have too much paint on here, I don't know. But I just wanted to get a bunch of colors. Okay. So now, get my paper towel ready to swipe. I got the width of 2 pieces that's like about 12 inches wide. So you just, you make sure your edges are nice and smooth. This is, whoops, I ripped it. This is slightly damp. I like it to be slightly damp. Okay, and I'm going to put my dark navy here at the end. I'm going to leave some in case I need it. And then I'm going to see what happens here. So So I kind of tore it, but that's okay. You can even swipe with torn paper towels. You just don't want it to fall in, that's the thing. Let me roll it up so I have better control. So I'm laying it down. And letting it fall over the edge. And then you can even come back with your wet towel, turn it around, and just kind of dab it on the end, and that will bring that color down. It's a fabulous little trick. Same with the sides. And just kind of dabble some of your paint, and it'll help kind of get it distributed, especially when it's all colorful like this. So these are going to be tiny cells because I've had them in squeeze bottles and they've been shaken a lot. So you're going to have smaller cells. You know, that's why I like them with the swipes. I've got one little area that's got it's showing down to the canvas, so I'm just sticking in a little color. And there's some light areas here on the canvas. I'm just adding more paint back on here. So like if this were freshly mixed paint, it would really be pretty because all those cells, if you used like OGX or whatever, those cells would just be nice and plump and large. But anyway, I'm going to turn on my little torch, which I had out today, which I don't usually use. And I've already got a million cells, so it's not like it's going to bring out anything else. So I do own a torch, believe it or not. I don't know what the brand is because it's covered with paint, but I ordered it on Amazon. Okay. So this didn't turn out as pretty as my original one that I did, but I do like the colors, and this will make a really pretty background for some flowers. So the question is, do I want to add the flowers now? See, if I were pouring live right now, I could be asking you, you could be giving me suggestions. But I don't have anybody here to moderate. My husband is coming home from work. He's not home yet. So I can't do the live video by myself because I can't do it with paint on my hands and make comments back to you. I could read them. So if you want me to do a live during the week and it just be me, I can do that. So the question is, do I go ahead and embellish it while it's wet like I have done in the past? Cover up my dark spot where I added. Heck yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So I need something that really pops. So the white has no silicone. I want to do pinks though. I don't know if I'm going to swipe it or blow it. We'll see. I always try blowing it first, and then if it doesn't look the way I want it to, then I do more with it. Let's put a little of the Carousel Pink on it. Yeah, I kind of like that. So I'm using a smaller straw instead of a big, I have a bigger one, but you get more control with a smaller straw, and the bigger straw blows a wider area. So this is a smaller area that you're blowing on. Maybe one more right here. Maybe one here too. They can even go off the canvas. And when I do a little drip, you just blend it in. Nobody ever knows the difference. Okay, so here. Okay, so kind of like a field of flowers. So now I gotta do the stems, which I definitely am gonna use my sour apple, and we'll see if the Festive Green shows up. So we're gonna do kind of some little leaves that come off the end first. And now I'm going to swipe, but in order to swipe you have to have a paper towel ready to clean your palette knife off with. So I'm just very gently over the surface. I'm not going down and touching the canvas. I'm just skimming that surface of that paint. Very abstract look, and it doesn't look real. Swipe and wipe. Okay. So I'm going to use the sour apple as the stem color, I think. And then I can do some little, stems that kind of just go different directions but don't really have flowers on them, just for fun. And let's take the darker green and just kind of randomly add beside the stems in a few different places. They can be drips, they can be whatever. This is where I call it just playtime. You're just playing, having fun. It kind of looks a little childish, but it's so much fun to do. You're just having fun, creating. Art doesn't have to be fine art. It doesn't have to be exact or perfect. Creativity is very healing, and it's great for everybody, and you don't have to be a real artist. A true, I mean, you know, like photographic real artist is what I mean. You don't have to be that kind of an artist to create. You can create abstract art. You can do whatever art appeals to you. That's the joy of art, is just creating what you want to create. So I got some leaves coming down. There's some blues coming out, which is kind of neat. So I'm just dragging these leaves around just very gently on the surface. And I like the way the blue's popping out. So, you know, just I can even take these little twigs and just kind of make them go in different directions. Maybe one more right here. Coming up. Let me go back over this one here because it's too dark. Maybe I'll use a Festive Green with this one here because it's darker. Yeah, that brightened it up a lot. So I'll stick a little Festive Green right down here. Just in these darker areas so it pops a little bit more. Festive Green and the sour apple. There's a little pink mixed in with the leaves, a little blue, which is kind of cool looking. So, you know, this part is not real, and you know, I've painted real for 20 years, so you know, I do like things to look kind of real, but that's the joy of this style of painting, is it's not going to be real. It's just fluid. It kind of does its own thing, and that's okay. Just bringing my stems up. And everybody can, you know, nobody's going to do it like this, because nobody can do the same picture. I can't do this again if I tried exactly the same way. It's just not going to happen. It might look similar because I did it the first time, but every time you do a fluid painting, it's going to turn out different. And that's what is so much fun about this style of painting, is you can't really predict it. So I think I'll put some little, just the green, the Festive Green, almost like grass. Fill in just a little bit of this down here. Yeah, so there we go. Make sure I have all my lids, but that's it. So there's your flowers and your background and your leaves and twigs and all that stuff. Just having fun. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, please, and subscribe to my channel. Check all the links out below the video. Check them all out and find one you like. Click on the bell to get your notifications if you're a subscriber, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Have a great day.